Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for the next edition of Revyoos Talks. Today, we are going to talk about the golden nuggets in our industry. And for that purpose, today with us is Christophe Salmon, who is the founder and CEO of Revyoos. Welcome, Christophe. Tell us where you're at and how are things going?
Yeah, thank you, Simon. Hi. Well, I'm in Madrid. So almost in a half lockdown, and here we are.
And now you're reaping the rewards from your VR Tech finalist stage. So congratulations on winning the VR Tech event. It was very exciting. It created a lot of noise, and VR Tech was promoting reviews everywhere. So congratulations on that, and congratulations to your team. So let us talk about Revyoos. You know, how did you come up with the idea, and how did this idea evolve, and why did you do what Revyoos is offering? And tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah, sure. Well, I started in the short-term rental industry first as a property owner in 2005 with my own property. So I started like many of us. Like a hobby, and little by little I started to get more properties, and then in 2016 I definitely decided to focus on my passion and created my own property management company. We manage 40 units on Costa Blanca, and during all this time I always had this concern on reviews and how to get the most out of them, how could I use them on my own website to convert better, and also how to have more control on my reviews. I also had a bad experience personally when I switched my account from a personal from a rent by owner to my property management company with an OTA. I lost absolutely all my past reviews as a property owner, as they were not able to migrate my reviews from my property owner listings to my property management.
Wow! So let me jump in on this for a second, because that's interesting. Yeah. And then what happened? I mean, this must have. What was the impact of losing these reviews?
No, I mean, that was absolutely terrible, and it was my first moment to say, "Wow, what I call and what everyone calls our reviews." It was getting conscious that they are absolutely out of our control. Anything can happen with them. They are published outside our website, and when I couldn't do anything with that. So it was absolutely terrible to lose so many years of reviews from one day to another.
So that affected your conversion, basically. So what does that do when you?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the conversion dropped. I started from scratch. It was like if those properties were starting from scratch in the OTA. So really, it was like my first moment when I started to search for some solutions. To get more control over my reviews. I've been looking for solutions on the market, and I didn't find anything suitable in our industry. There is a small players, but like generic players that do a review aggregation, review widgets, but not focus 100% on short-term rentals. So they didn't included all the specs we needed in our industry. And I was like shocked with that, because review aggregation is very common in other industries, like in the hotel industry, but there was nothing in short-term rental. So this is why we decided to go for it with my co-founder.
So just to give the audience a bit more perspective, what is your personal background? Do you have a technical background, or you have a more commercial background?
Well, I have a digital marketing background and digital project management background. I've been working during 15 years in multi-corporation companies in digital marketing and digital project management. I'm not a tech guy. For that, I have my co-founder Angel, which is the CTO and very deep knowledge in the tech world and web development and so on. So we really complete each other. And on my side, I'm more a product guy, marketing guy, and commercial person.
So perfect fit to create reviews, bringing the idea, have the tech guy on the side. So when you talk to Angel and say, this is what we want to do, how did you go from there? I mean, how did this whole thing evolve to be released?
Yeah, well, at the end, from the idea to have the product, we passed through many challenges. According to experts in startups, the main 5 factors to create a startup is: 1, the timing; 2nd, the team; 3rd, the idea; 4th, the business model; and 5, the funding. And it's strange that I said it in the order of priority. I would have said that the idea was the factor number 1, but it's only the 3rd factor. And of these the 5 factors, each of them were a real challenge until we get where we are. The timing, at the end, Revyoos was conceived before COVID, but we are born in COVID. And but at the same time, we think that it was a good moment also to arrive, because at the end, with the Revyoos, one of our main goal is to give back control to property managers and owners on their reviews, and so they can also get more direct bookings on their own website. And I think it's an absolute priority now with how we are at the moment to get more control over our business. So we think at the end the timing was also good. It was good before COVID, but in COVID time it also make even maybe more sense to have more control of our business and not depend so much of OTAs and third parties. The team was also a big challenge, because the idea of creating reviews and making this platform, I had it for maybe 3 or 4 years, and I've been speaking about it with several different persons before doing it, and before I decided to do it with Angel, and definitely, well, as we said earlier, the best fit in terms of how we complete each other. In terms of the ID, it's also a challenge because it's a new concept in short-term rental. So, as any new ID, it needs time to get adopted in the market. So this would be our 3rd challenge. In terms of business model, how to also as it's new, we didn't have any real competition to compare with and to build our business model. So it was our 4th challenge. And then the funding, as anything, when you need to search for money, we are bootstrapped, and it's obviously a big challenge too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I like that. I like these 5 points a lot, and I think timing is definitely one of the most crucial. And as you said, which is in terms of priority, the ones that was the one you focused on as well. And then obviously team and idea and business model and funding makes a lot of sense. And that's a great takeaway for anybody else who is out there now still creating startups, and obviously they are, and we keep innovating. Now we have a lot of time to think as well in how we can disrupt this world, and we see some great innovations. But so for us, we really like the idea of reviews and seeing the opportunity. And one thing that you pointed out is in terms of creating, like having a bit of a shift on what has happened at COVID, where more guests were paid out than hosts in terms of OTAs. A lot of people were left out in the rain. There is a shift of these direct booking initiatives, and we see the direct booking, the Book Direct show. There was a lot of noise about it, but how do you see that evolving now? And obviously, reviews can play a major part in that, because you're providing, an asset to the website that allows you to have the reviews from the OTAs on your platform, and therefore be supportive. I could be a bit the devil's advocate and saying, in the day-to-day world, people are opportunistic. So at the moment, they feel left out by the OTA. So direct booking is where they want to go. Is that going to be sustainable, do you think? Is that really going to happen more and more and more now that people are trying to move on direct bookings?
Well, I think it comes to remain. The direct booking needs to be an absolute priority for any property manager, and also for property owners to be sustainable on the long run. You can't sustain your business absolutely 100% on others' hand, on others' shoulders. You have to build your own business depending on you, and it should really be an absolute priority to get a high percentage of direct bookings. So I don't say that you have to be 100% independent. Only a happy few can say they are and will be, but it's very, very hard to achieve. But definitely you can't be 100% OTA dependent. So definitely for me, it's a key factor, a key strategy to build your own direct booking strategy.
So let's get a bit practical here, also in helping to get this direct booking strategy up and running for property managers. When we go out to the market and ask property managers what are their biggest challenge, they will say, besides dealing with owners and finding new properties, it's technology. Mm-hmm. So now here comes Revyoos, adds more complexity. Because it's already complex enough as it is, the world today. And we talked about the verticalization of the value chain in terms of tech, and now Revyoos is another piece on that value chain that hasn't been there, next to house automation, guest communication, revenue management, data, you name it. And now comes Revyoos, and then the property manager is thinking, oh my God, another technology, but it's obviously not that bad. And I think it would be great for you to explain to the audience in terms of technical integration and how does this work, and it's actually quite simple.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so it's very very simple and easy to set up your account. So what we do basically, on one side, we automatically collect reviews from the Big Four, from Booking, Airbnb, or TripAdvisor. Also included Facebook, and little by little we'll add more OTAs and more listing sites. You can manually import reviews you have from other OTAs or your own reviews with a very simple template, an Excel sheet. You can upload your reviews and also ask for direct reviews to your direct bookers. So at the end, you have your dashboard with absolutely all your reviews, and very interesting to analyze and to check at once, for example, all your bad reviews, where you will see like patterns of things you can improve in your business. So all the internal part of analysis is very, very interesting. And then you get your KPIs for as you as a property manager globally, you will see what is your performance in terms of reviews, and then for each of your properties. What you get is a widget also for each of your properties, and a global widget with absolutely all your reviews to use in your homepage or any generic website page of your website. And you get a very simple script you can copy and paste in your website. Everything is done very for non-tech people. It's very easy to do. And in terms of what you're saying, that in the industry there's like consolidation, and we are trying to do everything easier. One of our main goals also is to partner and to be very well integrated with the major PMS and site short-term rental site builders to make everything smooth and easy to be integrated.
Wonderful. So you give me the confidence that you don't need to have an engineering degree get reviews on your platform.
No.
And that's great. So in relation to that, who are your customers actually? Who are you addressing the product to? Who is your ideal customer going forward, and who is using reviews?
Yeah, well, we definitely add value to any short-term rental professional, from the property owner with just one property to the big property managers. But our main focus and our ideal client would be the medium and big property managers. This would be our ideal client.
Okay, very good. So now, you have come into a very competitive landscape as well in terms of technology. We just talked about, you said we talked about timing. The world is already complex. You've even gotten more complex. And obviously there's quite a lot of startups in our audience as well at Red Shoes Talks. What can you sort of pass on as your learnings from when you created the idea to actually get it to win a VR Tech pitch event? I mean, that's a very successful road to have. And obviously a lot of people would like to have a similar pathway. We haven't talked about funding yet. And as you said, you keeping your overheads extremely low. So funding is not of a massive issue right now, but in terms of other challenges that you were facing or you're facing, can you elaborate a little bit more and share that with our startup community as well?
Yeah, well, in terms of takeaways to how we did it and until winning the VR Tech award, I mean, the first thing I would say is to go to the market as soon as possible and start to speak with your potential guests and to people in the industry. For us, this was absolutely massive. All the insights, all the feedbacks we got from experts in the industry, and it was so good to see that even, I mean, people without anything in return, just to give their feedback and their
humble opinion,
knowledge. Yeah, their humble opinion. That's so important for us to define our product. This was an absolute important takeaway. So, because for example, we this year we were not at the beginning, we were not going to register to VR Tech. When we registered to VR Tech, the very last day it was possible to to register. At the beginning, we say, well, let's wait when we have our product more ready, and the next year we'll do it. But finally, we said, well, let's go. When we registered, we didn't even have our product released. We were still developing it, and we launched our beta version just 1 week before the end of votes. So I mean, it was absolutely incredible being in the final, just launching so late. But it was at the end so important also to get feedbacks and to see it was a real validation of our MVP, and such at the end a good decision to go to the market as soon as possible, and then to speak to potential guests, potential customers and experts in the industry. When you launch a startup, there's so many challenges. At the end, what you also have is to count with the best team inside and also outside, and that's also where here AJL the deciding to work with you was absolutely massive. It was all the knowledge you have in the industry, all the network you have is absolutely massive. So this would be another takeaway, to not do the road alone, but be well coached, well supported, and choose the right people to work with.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much for the flowers. I appreciate that as well. And that was not the aim of my question, but obviously we take this feedback as well. And it just shows how important it is to really, especially, for you, you sort of came from nowhere, right? I mean, you had your small PM business, but you were not sort of part of the industry noise before, and now Christophe is here and he's here to stay, and he came from literally nowhere, and I think this is super important that you understand the complexity, the landscape of the industry, and take as much in as you can, and from your explanation. And I think that's one of the reasons why we all like to be in this industry, is people are very humble and share their opinion, and they want to help you to learn and understand, and we're passionate about what we do. And I think that makes it quite unique. And the fact that you can win a technology pitch like that with an MVP also speaks for the industry, because it's about creating the ideas and helping people to get better. And the product doesn't need to be 1,000% perfect from the day you go out. It's actually, it counts a lot more other things. That's sort of, for me, the takeaway that you've given me now. But in terms of other challenges, prior to this conversation, you told me that now growing and scaling the business is a challenge. Can you allude a little bit on that? And obviously you won a competition, but now are you working 24 hours to handle all these customers, or how is it going?
Yeah, well, one of the challenges at the end, as we said earlier, as review aggregation in short-term rental is a new concept. It needs time to get adopted. I think our product is pretty clear in terms of what we bring, but maybe people need to assimilate this concept before seeing how to integrate it in their strategy and in their business. And pay for it. And there's always like a time before products get adopted. So this will be one of our challenges. And the second one would be to get these agreements, as we said earlier, with PMS and other tech companies. Also, it takes time before, as also it's a new concept. It takes time until you get other tech companies ready to partner with you. So this would be our main challenges, because and at the end, if you want to scale, you have to go to. You don't have to search for the clients one-to-one, but search for the way to get there very quickly and massively. And also, I think anyway, it's also partnering that you bring more value altogether to the market. And this is absolutely our priority at the moment, to be able to partner with other tech companies.
So what are the key pushbacks right now? Is it, obviously we are in unprecedented times. People are very busy with themselves. Obviously it's not the commercial piece as much, because obviously reviews doesn't cost a lot, and at the moment it's for free as well. And it's just a great add-on for the reasons we've elaborated earlier. But when you talk to the bigger partners right now, I mean, we have seen a lot of different partnership models by PMSs creating marketplaces to connect, to have more connectivity. And for you, it's the same now. In order to scale, you need these connectivities with big market players to actually scale the business faster than just adding one by one property management company. What do you see the pushbacks here in terms of these partners? Do they have other priorities? Is it timing? Is it not getting the right people onto the table? Them not understanding what the value proposition is? What are the challenges dealing with these partners?
I think the value, I think all the potential partners we spoke with see absolutely the value, but definitely we are in a strange moment with COVID, and at the end many tech companies had to reduce their staff. They have to prioritize their developments. At the end, if we want to have a good integration, a good API integration with them, you have to dedicate staff and time and money on it. So I think this the thing is, with COVID, all the priorities and all the means and the how do you say that, the tech companies had ready to focus on their priorities and maybe trying to find new partnerships and getting new technologies, maybe not absolutely their priority at the moment.
Yeah, I hope this is definitely a challenge, and hopefully the situation is going to improve. It's interesting what you said. You know, at the end of the day, they all went extremely broad in terms of their value proposition, offerings, and products. And now, while they're saving costs, they're giving up developments of certain areas and now focusing on their core again. And I think that's something that people need to understand. You know, we see the same on the channel management side, where a lot of PMSs wanted to have their own channel management. Now they realize it's more challenging to do integrations and maintain them. So they say, well, we'll go actually and leave that up to the channel managers again and focus on our core as a PMS. And I guess that's a challenge that Revyoos will see as well, to get enough attention by the value that you propose and you generate to your customers. So this has been a super interesting conversation, and I would like to thank you for being with us today. Well, we also want to thank you for having worked with us. It was a great pleasure, and we really like what you did, how you approached it, and how open you were also to the industry, and really wanting to understand the specificities of this industry and the challenges that we have. And for that purpose, we only wish you and your team the best of luck. And obviously, we look forward to continuing working with you. Is there anything that you sort of want to say to the entire industry going forward in relation to Revyoos? That would be an interesting closing remark from you.
Well, Revyoos are absolutely the golden nuggets of our industry. If you check just some stats around Revyoos, it's absolutely massive. According to some survey, having reviews on your website can increase by 270% your conversion. There was an analysis survey from TripAdvisor with a potential guests in vacation rental, saying that 72% wouldn't book a rental with no reviews. I mean, all those figures really is an absolute proof that reviews are so important in our business. So I think any property manager and owner really have to care them. As you could see with my own experience, reviews on OTAs are not ours and can disappear from one day to another for a reason or another. So I really invite any property manager and owner to think about it, and at the end to test new solution, new technologies you can use for free. Reviews for 2 weeks. Have a look how it works. Have a look how it impacts your business. And the theory is good, but at the end, what you have to do is to try new tools, test it, and then decide if you want to use it or not.
Well, I think you've given the audience enough reasons why they should use it, because as we said, now we understand why we call them golden nuggets. The reviews are absolutely vital to the success of your business, and obviously keeping them at a high level will give you exactly the customers and the bookings that you're after. And I think that's something that everybody can take away, and having them integrated on your own webpage, even better to drive direct bookings. So for that, Christophe Salmon, I would like to thank you very, very much for being with us here today. I wish you great of luck and lots of success with Revyoos. I'm sure you will pave the way to be very successful in this industry, and stay well and stay healthy as well. Thank you, Christophe.
Thank you, Simon. Same for you. A pleasure.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.